Hello students. In this lecture we are going to discuss novel and its forms. As we all know, the novel originated in the early 18th century after the Italian Wat novella, which was used for the stories in the medieval period. Its identity has evolved and it is now considered to mean a work of prose fiction over 50,000 words. Novels focus on character development more than plot. In any genre, it is the study of the human psyche. The ancestors of the novel were Elizabethan prose fiction and French heroic romances, which were long narrative about contemporary characters who behaved nobly. The novel came into popular awareness towards the end of the 17th century. Due to the growing middle class with more leisure time to read and money to buy books, public interest in the human character led to the popularity of autobiographies, biographies, journals, diaries, and memoirs. The early English novels concerned themselves with complex, middle class characters struggling with their mortality and circumstances. Pamela, a series of fictional characters written in 1741 by Samuel Johnson Richardson, is considered the first real English novel. Other early novelists include Daniel Defoe, who wrote Robinson Crusoe in 1719 and Moll Flanders in 1722, although his characters were not fully realized enough to be considered full fledged novels. Jane Austen is the author of Pride and Prejudice and Emma, considered the best early English novels of manners. The first half of the 19th century was influenced by the Romanticism of the previous era. The focus was now on nature and imagination rather than intellect and emotion. Gothic is a strain of the Romantic novel with its emphasis on the supernatural. Famous romantic novels include Jane Eyre, published in 1847 by Charlotte Bronte, the prototype of many succeeding novels without governess and mystery man. Wuthering Heights, a Gothic romance by Emily Bronte, Scarlet Letter in 1850, and The House of Seven Gables, 1851. Gothic romantic tales by Nathaniel Hawthorne about Puritanism and guilt, and Moby Dick by Herman Melville's work on the nature of good and evil. The novel became established as the dominant literary from during the reign of Queen Victoria of England. Victorian novelists portrayed middle class, virtuous heroes responding to society and learning wrong from right through a series of human errors. Sir Walter Scott published three-volume novels and ingeniously made them affordable to the general public by making them available for purchase in monthly installments. This marketing tactic led to the writing innovation of subclimaxes as a way to leave reader wanting more each month. Notable Victorian authors include Charles Dickens, considered the best English Victorian novelist, who wrote A Christmas Carol, and Lewis Carroll, who wrote Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass. The rise of industrialization in the 19th century precipitated a trend toward writing that depicted realism. Novels began to depict characters who were not entirely good or bad, rejecting the idealism and romanticism of the previous genre. Realism evolved quickly into naturalism, which portrayed harsher circumstances and pessimistic characters rendered powerless by the forces of their environment. Naturalist novels include Uncle Tom's Cabin, published in 1852 by H.B. Stowe, which was a major catalyst for the American Civil War. Tom Sawyer, published in 1876, and The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, published in 1885, the latter of which is considered the great American novel written by Mark Twain. Modern novels. The 20th century is divided into two phases of literature: modern literature and contemporary literature, also referred to as postmodern. The character is modern and contemporary. Novels question the existence of God, the supremacy of the human reason, and the nature of reality. Novels from this era reflected great events such as the Great Depression, World War II, Hiroshima, the Cold War, and communism. Famous modern novels include To the Lighthouse by English novelist and essayist Virginia Woolf, Ulysses, published in 1921 by Irish novelist and short story writer James Joyce, All Quiet on Western Front, published in 1929, the most famous World War I anti-war novel by German novelist and journalist Erich Maria Remarque, and The Sound and the Fury by American novelist and short story writer William Faulkner, which depicts the decline of the South after the Civil War. Realism and naturalism paved the way into postmodern surrealistic novels with characters that were more reflective. The postmodern novel includes magical realism, metafiction, and the graphic novel. It asserts that man is ruled by a higher power and that the universe cannot be explained by reason alone. Modern novelists exhibit a playfulness of language, less reliance on traditional values, and experimentation with how time is conveyed in the history. Postmodern novels include The Color Purple, published in 1982 by Alice Walker, In Cold Blood, published in 1966 by Truman Capote, the non-fiction novel Roots, published in 1976 by Alex Haley, Fear of Flying, published in 1973 by Erica Jong, and the leading magical realist novel A Hundred Years of Solitude, published in 1967 by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. So, this is the history and development of the novel. Now, let's begin with different forms of the novel. We have many forms of the novel like historical novel, realistic novel, picaresque novel, epistolary novel, novel of manners, or you can say social novel, the romance, gothic novel, science fiction, sentimental novel, psychological novel, novella, intellectual novel, detective fiction, regional novel, and Bildungsroman. Firstly, let's begin with historical novel. The historical novel is set in period earlier than that of the writing. The novel is based on some historical event. That event is real, but the novelist introduces imaginary characters and incidents in the novel. One of the best examples of historical novels is A Tale of Two Cities, written by Charles Dickens. This novel is based on the French Revolution. Thackeray's novel Vanity Fair is based on Napoleonic War. In India, Khushwant Singh's novel A Train to Pakistan and Bhisham Sahni's novel Tamas are based on India's partition. Indian writers like Salman Rushdie, Amitav Ghosh, Rohinton Mistry, Pankaj Mishra, Mukul Keswan, and many more have become very successful and acknowledged writer of this type. Next type of novel is realistic novel. Realistic novel. Realism is a great quality in a novel. It is not so that a realistic novel is not imaginary, but the events and characters give the effect of realism. The story or events are real in the sense that they can happen in real life under the same circumstances. But if a novelist describes fairies, ghosts, etc. in his novel, this is imaginary or fantasy novel. A realistic novel can be characterized by its complex characters with mixed motives. These motives are rooted in social class and operate according to highly developed social structure. The characters in a realistic novel interact with other characters and undergo such experiences as are possible in everyday lives. Henry Fielding's novel Joseph Andrews and George Eliot's novel The Mill on the Floors are two examples of realistic novels. Picaresque novel. The word picaresque comes from the Spanish word picaro, which means a rogue. In its earliest form, the novel described the adventures of a rogue or a negative character. Such a character underwent many experiences and traveled from place to place. With the passage of time, the term was applied to the novels in which the hero or the main character underwent different experiences. The earliest example in English is Henry Fielding's novel Joseph Andrews. In this novel, the hero travels from his village to London and then back to his village. During these two journeys, he faces many ups and downs. Swift's Gulliver Travels is a very successful example of this kind of novel, read worldwide. Although this novel is a fantasy and not realistic, yet it describes the different journeys and experiences of its hero, Lemuel Gulliver, in a great detail. In India, Mulk Raj Anand's novel Coolie is a famous picaresque novel. It describes the journey of a 14-year-old boy, Munu, from Bilaspur to Shamnagra to Mumbai and in the end to Shimla. Tom Jones is also the one of the great example of picaresque novel. After picaresque novel, let's move to the next new form of the novel, that is epistolary novel. As we all know, epistle means a letter or written communication between two individuals. So, a novel based on letters is called an epistolary novel. The story of this type of novel develops through a series of letters written between the characters. This kind of novel was made famous by Richardson's novel Pamela. The first half of the story of this novel is based on the letters exchanged between Pamela and her parents. Jane Austen's novel Pride and Prejudice is not fully a epistolary novel, yet it contains an unusual number of letters quoted in full and some play a critical role in the plot. The epistolary form can add greater realism to the story because it mimics the working of real life. It is thus able to demonstrate differing points of view without recourse to the device of an omniscient narrator. The narrator epistolary novel the term epistolary novel is now extended to include not only letters but also diary entries, newspaper clippings, and other documents. Bram Stoker's novel Dracula, published in 1897, uses not only letters and diaries but also dictation machines and newspaper accounts. In the modern literature, Saul Bellow's novel Herzog, published in 1964, is largely written in letter format. These are both real and imagined letters written by the hero Moses E. Herzog to family members, friends, and celebrities. Another example is The Color Purple. Color Purple also is an example of epistolary novel. After epistolary novel, let's move to the next type of novel, which is novel of manners, or you can say social novel. In simple words, we can say that a novel of manners is or recreates the social life. Its primary focus is on relationships, customs, daily routine life, and its rituals. As the title phrase suggests, the writer tries to recreate the social world with the aim to show us our weaknesses and strengths in matters of day to day concern as reflected in the novel. The aim is to help us understand the rubrics of social life and the intricacies of human relationships amid the social manner and customs. Jane Austen's novel Pride and Prejudice, Sense and Sensibility, and Emma were exemplary novels of this kind. The novel of Charles Dickens are all social novels or novel of manners. The life of his time is reflected vividly in his novels. For this reason, the social novel is sometimes discussed under the category of realistic novel. Raja Rao's novel Kanthapura is also a social novel as it depicts the social life of the people of the novel of Kanthapura. The romance. The romance is a special kind of prose narrative. It looks like a novel, but there is a difference between a romance and a novel. Walter Scott defined the romance as a fictitious narrative in prose or verse, the interest of which turns upon marvelous and uncommon incidents. In a novel, the events are narrated according to the ordinary human events of daily life and the states of society. But in a romance, sometimes fantasy takes the place of realism. However, many romances include the historical romances of Walter Scott, Emily Bronte's Wuthering Heights, and Herman Melville's Moby Dick are also often called novels. As the name suggests, love and chivalry are the major themes of a romance. Next form is Gothic novel. The word Gothic comes from the German tribe Goth and it means belonging to the tribes of Goths. The Goths were known for their mysterious medieval way and rich architecture. Initially, the Gothic literature or the Gothic novel was typical because of its strange supernatural atmosphere, but soon this type came to be recognized for its unique elements like horror and intimidating supernatural surroundings. Gothic novel includes terror, mystery, horror, thriller, supernatural, doom, death, decay, old haunted buildings with ghosts, and so on. In such novels, we find mysterious castles with dungeons and dark alleys, moonless night scenes, howling sounds, strange happenings, and things beyond natural explanation and logic. This kind of novel was popular in 18th century and early 19th century. Horace Walpole's famous novel, The Castle of Otranto, is considered to be the most famous and representative of the Gothic novels in English. Anne Radcliffe's novel, Mysteries of Udolpho, published in 1794, was another famous Gothic novel. Bram Stoker's novel Dracula and Emily Bronte's Wuthering Heights are also to a great extent examples of Gothic novels. Next is science fiction. Science fiction is a typical novel that is based on the scientific imagination. The writer imagines how the social life will develop in a period in future when science would have made more and more progress. Thus, it is based on imagining the scientific and technological advances of the future and major social or environmental changes as a result of it. It may be pessimistic or depressive in nature, such as in showing the total control of common man by machines or those dictators who control machines. The most successful science fiction novels are George Orwell's 1984, Aldous Huxley's Brave New World. These novels present a gloomy picture of the society of future. H.G. Wells' novels, The War of the Worlds and The Time Machine, are also very good examples of science fiction. Next is sentimental novel. As the word sentimental conveys, this type of novel is primarily about the emotional relationships, and that too mostly about love among the teenagers and young. In such novels, romantic and personal feelings are developed into a relationship and maturing into marriage or the failure of it. Since the novel is mostly confined to personal feelings of individuals and remains restricted to home and domestic environment, some scholars call it domestic novel as well. Oliver Goldsmith, Vicar of Wakefield, is considered to be one of the earliest examples of this type. Tolstoy's novel Anna Karenina is also a good sentimental novel. Sometimes the term sentimental novel is used in a derogatory way because of excess of emotions in it. Include Samuel Richardson's Pamela, Lawrence Stern's Tristram Shandy, Sentimental Journey, Henry Brooks' The Fool of Quality, Henry Mackie's The Man of the Feeling. After sentimental novel, let's move to the next form of the novel, that is psychological novel. As the name suggests, this kind of novel is based on the psychology of human mind. It traces the human thought process and tries to write about what goes inside the mind of its characters. Generally, these novels are marked by their narrative techniques, which are based on concurrent time sequencing, where one moment of the story is tracing external real time as we see it through our eyes, and the other is looking at what is going on in the character's mind. It may be some memory of the past or some fantasy of the future that the character might be going through right at the time when something is happening in the external world. The novel tries to capture and present that inner reality. Virginia Woolf's novel Mrs. Dalloway and To the Lighthouse, William Faulkner's novel The Sound and the Fury, James Joyce's novel Ulysses, and D.H. Lawrence's The Rainbow are some important examples of this type of novel. A branch or subgenre of the psychological novel is the stream of consciousness novel. Next type of novel is novella. Simply stated, or simply we can say that a novella is a short novel or a long story. Thus, a novella is a short narrative prose fiction. It is generally thought that it should contain 20,000 to 40,000 words. As a literary genre, the novella's origin lays in the early Renaissance literary work of the Italians and the French. As the etymology suggests, novellas originally were news of town and country life, worth repeating for amusement and edification. The examples of this kind of novels are George Orwell's Animal Farm, Joseph Conrad's Heart of Darkness, and Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, etc. Next kind of novel is intellectual novel. This kind of novel attempts to explore the intellectual responses of the educated classes to the world. Generally, such novels display the clash of ideas and intellectual verification of knowledge. They also explore value and responses, a diminishing faith on the cosmic significance of existence, and argument and counter argument in discussion. In such novels, we find separation of concept of love and sex, and a dehumanizing effect of disillusionment in the 20th century. Examples of such novels are Graham Greene's The Power and the Glory, The Heart of Matter, Elizabeth Bound's The Hotel and The House in Paris, etc. Another form of the novel is detective fiction. Detective fiction is a branch of crime fiction and mystery fiction. In such novels, an investigator or a detective, either professional or amateur, investigates a crime, often murder. Agatha Christie is one of the most famous detective writer and her most famous novel is Murder in the Orient Express. The detectives in her novels are Hercule Poirot and Miss Marple. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's The Detective is Sherlock Holmes, who was once a household name in England. One of his famous novels is A Study in Scarlet. Satyajit Ray created the detective Feluda in his novels. G.K. Chesterton, fictional detective Father Brown, is very famous in English literature. Next is regional novel. A regional novel is a novel that is set against the background of a particular area. It presents a region as the setting of the story. The regional novel gives a special focus on a region, and the area itself becomes a major participant in the story. It gives the reader special insights into the geographical and cultural details of a particular imaginative place so that it gets created in the mind of the reader as a vivid and living space. Almost all the novels of Charles Dickens and George Eliot are regional novels. Raja Rao's Kanthapura is also a regional novel as it sensitizes us about an imaginative village recreated as a prototype of a South Indian village. Sometimes the novelist creates a fictional story or area and use it as a background in all or most of his novels. Thomas Hardy's created Wessex, an imaginary locale, in his novels. William Faulkner created a fictional territory called Pekin. Ryan's novels set in fictional town of Malgudi stand as beautiful example of South Indian religion regional novels. After regional novel, we are moving to the next kind of novel is Bildungsroman. The name Bildungsroman is a modern term, although such novels were written in the past also. The word means development or growth of someone's mind. This kind of novel indicates a growth of the hero or the main character. This fictional autobiography concerned with the development of the protagonist's mind, spirit, and the characters from childhood to adulthood. In the 19th century, Jane Austen's novel Emma can be considered an early example of this time. That novel shows Emma's development from being a haughty, self centered girl to a mature and understanding type of lady. James Joyce's novel A Portrait of the Young Man as an Artist traces the growth of its hero, Stephen Dedalus. So, students, these are the different forms of novel, namely historical novel, realistic novel, picaresque novel, epistolary novel, novel of manners, or you can say social novel, the romance, gothic novel, science fiction, sentimental novel, psychological novel, novella, intellectual novel, detective fiction, regional novel, and Bildungsroman. For the paper point of view, according to your syllabus, you will get two terms, two different forms of novel in your paper, and you have to attempt only one, which carry 4 marks, and you will get historical novel or realistic novel, and you have to attempt only one. In the same way, you will get two different forms of the novel, and you have to attempt only one. So this was the novel and its forms. Now let's finish our lecture. Thanks a lot.